Good day, my learners out there and my students. I am Ame Bernard, and I'm here to guide you through the area of mathematics. And in today's lesson, we are going to be looking at indices. What is an index number, or what do indices stand for? And this, for example, this is 2. And then this is also 2. So if you look at this is an ordinary number, and this is a number with an indication or with a property. And this property is what we are going to be concentrating on. So this is an example of an index number, a number that has a power on it. So this is the index, which is the power, and then this is the base number. So if you have a letter or a number that is carrying a load or a power on it, refer to such number or such letter as what? An index number or an index letter. So when we have more than one of it, we refer to them as what? Indices. That is where the name indices is coming from. So now, with this explanation, we can say that a raised to the power of n, a becomes the base and n becomes the index or the power of this letter. So that is what an index is all about. So we are going to be looking at how we can handle or carry out operations that involve this kind of letters and numbers. So first thing we are going to be looking at today is we have several laws that guide us in carrying out to help us manipulate or carry out operations that involve numbers and letters that are of this form. So that takes us to our laws of indices. So the first law we are going to be looking at today is called multiplication law, or some persons call it addition law. And what the first law is called multiplication or addition law, as some persons may call it. Now, let's look at the interpretation of this law. If we have a raised to the power of n multiplied by a raised to the power of n, the law says that once we have a common base, once the base are the same, and then we can have the powers added together. So this is the first power, when multiplying numbers of common bases, we add the powers together. That is what the law is all about. So now let's take a look at an example here. Example 1. Simplify a 2 raised to the power of 3 multiplied by 2 raised to the power of 1. Here from our law, this is the base. What is the base here? The base here is 2. And what is the base here? The base here is 2. So we have a common base. So therefore we are going to take one of the base, and then here is 3 and here is 1. So the first power is 3 plus 1 according to this law. So therefore we have 2 raised to the power of 4. Let's look at another example here. We have b raised to the power of 5 multiplied by b raised to the power of 3. So what do we have? We have common base b. Take one of them, and then we add the powers together. And and that gives us b raised to the power of 8. So that is all about this first law of indices.